How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Finally, today in this video, we are going to be doing some more modifications to Audrey's daily. We are going to be installing lowering springs, new brakes. We are going to be undercoating the wheel wells and some other parts of the car. We are going to be fixing some of the trim, painting the brakes, and cleaning it. Removing the roof rack. I think that's it. We're doing all this just to make it look a little bit better, a little bit lower. Not monster trucking. Yet again, we are trying to make it look like a nice new SUV. And as you'll see in a little bit, I think we accomplished that. It looks really good. Before this video begins, I do want to quickly apologize. This past week, 2 weeks, I've been really stressed and anxious and I haven't been feeling very good, so I've been kind of taking some time off to myself. I don't know, I was just kind of all over the place while I was recording this video, so it's a little all over the place as well. I am feeling a little bit better now. Still not amazing, but I'm feeling better, so videos are continuing. I'm relaxing a little bit. Also, before this video begins, I would like to go ahead and thank the sponsor of this video, CarMarshal.com. CarMarshal.com can help you guys save money on new or used cars. So if you are in the market of buying a new or used car, check out the link in the description and save some money. That's always nice. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and start installing the H&R lowering springs and the new brakes. Brand new tires have a surprise. We're gonna take it out and see if it's leaking. Huh. Oh, definitely not. Oh yeah, we're good. That's a tiny little screw. New rear brakes are in. Rear is undercoated, as you can tell. That looks so nice. This flashlight is just trash. Front old brakes are off. The caliper is painted. That looks nice, and yet again, undercoated. Looks really nice. Now what we have to do, install the lowering springs. I've never installed lowering springs, but it should be pretty simple. On the front, we just have to take the strut out, pop the spring off, put it back in. In the back, all we have to do is take the shock off so we can drop it down a little bit more and snake this spring out of here. So with that being said, I'm gonna start in the back. I'm also gonna take off this guy and fix it so it actually lines up right here. I just need to cut a little bit on the inside. Now we have to remove the top hat. Interesting thing, the new spring and the old spring are the exact same height. If you notice, the new spring on the bottom has 3 coils that are really close together, so I think those will compress a little bit easier when it's in the car. So it'll sit lower, but it'll have the same ride quality. In order to put it on, we have to put the spring compressors on the spring. Both the front lowering springs are in. This first one took me about half an hour. The other one took me like 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure these shocks were replaced relatively recently because the shocks are pretty clean, no rust or anything, but the top hats are really rusty, so I'm assuming somebody just replaced the shocks, used the old top hats. If/when these shocks go out, we'll replace them with some nice sporty like IBOC or KYB or some nice shocks and just replace the entire assembly and use these springs. But for now, since the shocks are still good, we're just using the shocks that are on there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and assemble the front brakes. How do I say this nicely? How this car. Those brake pads were the hardest thing I've ever had to install. They just did not want to go in. I'm exhausted. And I have to do it again. Gah. Sometimes when you're working on a car, you just want to kill it. This is one of those times. But it happens to the best of us. You just gotta push through, and once you're finished, stay positive. Other side of the front brakes is installed. Can you tell that it was just as difficult? Because it was. The number of times I've wanted to kill someone during this install is way too high to be safe. This is literally the Previa all over again. I can't use the spring compressors to get the spring out when the shocks are attached, right? So take out the bottom shock bolt, just drop the control arm, take out the spring. Well, the bottom shock bolt won't come out, it's rounding out, and it's just, impact, breaker bar, I've rounded things, I've broken things, I've broken a socket or a wrench. Okay, so I'm gonna take the top of the shock off and then I can drop it down. Well, then I have to take apart the interior, which of course breaks clips. And then the top shock bolt is incredibly rusty and that too gets rounded out. I don't know what to do. Desperate times call for desperate measures. So I ended up having to cut the head off the bolt in order to get the shock off, but I did, so we can get the new spring in there. I can just get a new bolt. So the new control arms are in. Audrey's car now has completely new suspension besides the shocks. The reason why I had to do this is because I cross-threaded, or somebody cross-threaded, it definitely wasn't me, cross-threaded the ball joint on the upper control arms and broke both the lower ball joints on the lower control arms. Thankfully, these new control arms were, you know, 50 bucks each per pair, so that's cool. And the upper ones are adjustable now, so we can get some sick fitment on here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, put the wheels on, then we will lower it down, torque all the bushings, adjust camber, and we should be good. And then we need to clean this thing, because it's freaking filthy. Even though it's gonna rain tomorrow, but I don't care. Audrey's car is now sitting just a little bit lower. Quite frankly, I think it's perfect. It's not too low by any means, but the wheel gap is even and it's not monster trucking. We've actually already driven it quite a lot since we did the lowering springs and the new brakes, and let me tell you, it's so awesome. The lowering springs feel pretty much stock, maybe a little bit more responsive, but pretty much stock. The brakes, gosh, I forgot what it felt like to drive this car and actually stop when you push the brake pedal. Having good brakes is really nice, and they look really nice now too. The black caliper up front looks awesome, and then I went ahead and clear coated the rear drums so they don't rust. Hopefully. That plus the new undercoat in the wheel wells makes it look so much better, so much less used and old. We also replaced all the rear suspension because I broke it all while installing the coilovers. Or, it's not coilovers. Like I said in one of the last videos, this is pretty much the last thing we are doing to Audrey's car. We are gonna get it tinted. We are gonna get some new floor mats before winter. We're gonna get it undercoated before winter, but no more modifications really. We like the way it looks now. It looks awesome, looks new, looks sporty. I'm gonna keep trying to buff it and wax it and make the paint look a little bit better because it's still a little faded, but over time, I guess. Now I know all of you guys just really wanna see drift truck videos. I do too. The shop is still working on it. They are making decent progress. We figured out how to get the headers to fit, and they're just working on that. So as soon as the headers are done, I'll go make a video on the header install and everything that they had to do in order to get the headers to fit. And then we can get it wired up, and then it will hopefully run. We are gonna be going off-roading this weekend, which is gonna be awesome. Got some things coming from Molly, and yeah. Also, big news, subscriber showcase has returned. Back when I was a much smaller channel, I used to feature a couple of pictures of my subscribers' cars at the end of each video. The reason why I stopped doing it is because it took kind of a lot of time to go through all the pictures and, you know, set it up, but I really miss doing it. I miss including you guys in the videos more, so it returns. If you guys want your car to be featured at the end of a video, all you have to do is send me a preferably HD picture of your car. It can be any car or bike. Send it to gingiumshowcase@gmail.com. Include your Instagram or some other social media that I can share, and that's it. You will eventually be included at the end of the video. I only do 5 pictures per video, so there's gonna be a little bit of a wait, but you'll get there eventually. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for understanding why I'm kind of taking a chill pill, just relaxing and not trying to stress out about getting videos uploaded really often and stuff. Anyway, this outro is probably almost as long as the entire video, so goodbye. I'll see you next time.